Hello and welcome to the Let It Right podcast, the professional property lettings podcast for landlords, tenants and anyone with ears. I'm your host, Miles, and today we are going to be looking at properties. That makes sense. It's that crucial moment where a prospective tenant wanders into a guided tour of the property they'll hopefully be calling home in a short matter of time. With me to discuss viewings is Director of the Right Property,
Claire.
Hello, Claire. Welcome. Now, viewings,
you.
you've done quite a few in your time.
I have. I don't do them anymore,
No.
but yes, I've been doing this, as you know, for 20 years plus. So a lot of viewings under my belt.
I think I'm getting to nearly 20 years.
You've got to be. You've got to be.
17.
You've
So
been
between us, we've got a sort of middle-aged man's worth of of experience. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good grief. Okay, so unlike the previous episodes, this doesn't have like a strict level of law enforceable guidance around showing property. Outside the Trade Description Act, 1968, I think it's a much more broad piece of legislation, really. It's basically don't advertise a bouncy castle and say it's a 3-bed semi. So I want to sort of talk more generally about viewings. What do you find people look for when they are looking at a property?
Well, I think they want to be able to imagine themselves living in that property.
Yeah.
It's a very funny thing because quite often people say, I can see us here at Christmas. And it might be a lovely sunny day like today.
Yeah.
We say, I can see us here at Christmas. Where will we put the tree?
That's really sweet.
Cute, isn't it?
Yeah. That is the thing that people say a lot. They're always like, where am I going to put my, because so many people on corner sofas now.
Yeah, they do, don't they? It's a big, huge thing. They often ask advice, actually. Oh, I don't know, where will we put this? Where will we put that?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like to say, well, actually, it sounds like you need to maybe get rid of some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this is, a benefit. You ain't got room for that cinema size, do you? I would say number one for me is location.
Yeah.
Because people want to be close to work. People don't like commuting, at least not in North Devon anyway.
No.
Which is weird because it's such a beautiful countryside.
It's lovely, but the trouble is the traffic is so poor, and especially at the moment with the Bickington Road being closed, it's quite an issue if you live Torwich side.
Yeah, summer traffic, and also our public services, I suppose, our bus routes aren't what possibly they could be. I'm not taking down the local bus services, but they're not ideal all the time.
No.
To be somewhere at a specific time, say work at 8:30, 9.
Yeah.
You're probably going to have to provide your own transport or be close.
Absolutely. I think a huge consideration for a lot of people too is if they have children, they want to be near the school they want to get their child into.
Yeah.
So if they're coming from out of the county and moving here, they quite often decided upon the school they want their child to go to or children to go to. And then it's very important that they get a home within that locale.
Absolutely, yeah. Accessibility as well. I've looked at one we have people, I don't know, maybe it's just me and this is, pure conjecture on my part, but I feel like we have more people looking at bungalows, more lower ground places, more places with flat level entry.
Yeah.
Because I've been around a few houses and the stairs, it's like a carpeted ladder. You're like, this is some viewings have had to stop halfway through, although they've stopped. They go like, I cannot do those stairs.
Yeah.
To be honest, I can barely do it and I'm in my 40s. You're a 74-year-old lady and I can see the struggle you're having.
Absolutely. I mean, I can remember years ago, we had a very, very pretty little cottage, but you seriously needed to be a mountain goat to get up to the first floor. I mean, I really used to struggle myself.
If you like throwing an arm down trying to pull them up to the first floor, forget it.
Not the best idea, really.
No. How best should a landlord present their property if they're coming for it fresh, if it's not already occupied?
Oh, absolutely. So if you're coming in afresh, you need to present the property in the best possible way. Freshly decorated, new carpets. You want kitchens with, although we don't obviously want furnished properties, this is not the area for furnished properties. And also what you leave, you have to maintain. But there is a certain level. In a kitchen, you need to provide a cooker ideally because people don't lug around their cookers usually. That's quite a heavy item to lug.
Sure.
Most kitchens also nowadays come with washer dryers, dishwashers, that sort of thing. If they don't come with them, then you obviously have to provide plumbing for a dishwasher, plumbing for a washing machine. You just want to make it as easy for a tenant to live and to be as attractive as possible.
100%.
Everything has got to be as nice. Imagine if you want to live there yourself, you would want it to be lovely. So why would it be any different offering something to tenants? They want it as nice and as easy and as well maintained as possible. And also, you have to have a standard. There's so much compliance now. If it's not compliant, then you're in terrible trouble. And also, there might be problems further along the line getting if you want the property back, if you haven't kept up with maintenance. So tip top order from the start, sets a bar, attracts higher quality tenants. Win-win.
Yeah, absolutely. Spot on. Yeah, it starts with me to go on. And of course, sometimes we have tenants in situ now within that 2-month period of them handing in their notice. The thing I always get, because obviously we have to check with the tenants, they have to allow us permission to go and do viewings, which is their prerogative to do so. But the number one thing I always hear when I book that in with a current tenant is, I'm really sorry, it's full of boxes, I'm moving out. And bless them, we know that, we understand it. But sometimes they're like reticent to let us show in because they're like, oh, it's really messy. So honestly, tidy up as much as you possibly can, but we understand. And people viewing it understand because they're probably going through
the same thing themselves.
Yeah, completely. So top reasons for turning down a property then. Here we go. Do you want to go through those?
Well,
what do you reckon? I've got a list here.
Oh, go on then.
Okay, right. What do you reckon one of those? And I'll see if you're right.
I would say maybe if there was some condensation issues.
You are absolutely number one with a very soggy bullet. Yes. Damp stroke mold. If it's hard to breathe and you can feel that moisture in the air. Thing is, sometimes it can be fixed. This is not a perennial problem. It is something you can have.
It's lifestyle. A lot of the time it's lifestyle.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't like to ventilate. Sadly, in this day and age, because the bills are so high, they think they're paying such a lot of money for them. They don't want to open the windows. But sadly, that causes an awful problem with condensation.
It does.
The lack of ventilation, and that can be very off-putting if you're viewing a property.
So it's been shut for a few weeks. Just crack open the window and let the air in. Another one, outdated. As you were saying before, get the property up to. It's a nice type of property. You don't need to spend a fortune, but just get it looking reasonable and nice as it goes on. But the popular euphemism that agents and landlords use is it's a bit tired.
Yeah.
It's a bit dated. So you've got like 70s flock wallpaper hanging off the walls, avocado bathrooms, pub carpet as we call it.
Yeah.
All sort of accents. It would just not get the attention it deserves if you're presenting it in that light. And maybe the rent will reflect that. It will be slightly lower because aesthetically it's not massively pleasing. Maybe on carpet issue, would you suggest people go to like laminate or LVT?
Yeah, I mean, basically, carpets are quite problematic because, especially with houses that you go straight in to the sitting room and the carpet, you're right on it. You can't help it. How on earth, with the weather we get normally, can you avoid getting that carpet dirty?
Yeah.
So hard floors are easier to clean, and although it's nice to have carpets upstairs in the bedrooms, downstairs, hard floors are very, very good idea, I would say.
Spot on. Yeah, it's exactly what I've got in my house. Just, because otherwise we're just trampling in, rain for 9 months of the year.
Absolutely. All of my home is hard floor downstairs.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I've only got one carpet in the whole house, in one of the guest bedrooms. The rest is all hard floors.
Makes sense. White goods, we've discussed that, or lack thereof. Dishwashers, it's over the last decade, I've only seen people like absolutely determined to have a dishwasher, but I've never had one. So I've never had that luxury of just putting a machine on.
Is that why you get a problem with your hands?
I do get very scabby chap hands, yes.
You do too much washing up.
I'm always dunking them in very. But yeah.
Other washing liquids are available.
Absolutely, yeah. Cussons, Imperial Leather, etc. Or just Tesco's own, which is what I use, to be honest. Yeah, I've never had that luxury. So I quite like washing up in the meantime. But it is very much more now that we provide these things for tenants, especially because we have a lot of medical staff moving to the area. That's where you are in the country listening to this. But down in North Devon, we have a big hospital here. It serves thousands of people. They just want to move in easily and have everything ready at disposal straight away without, like you say, lugging around an oven, taking a washing machine in there. So that's why people turn down properties.
Absolutely. And especially with the medical people that we have, they literally, because I've questioned this on many occasions, they literally will leave their post in Leeds, say, on a Saturday and start here on a Monday. So it's crazy. So definitely they want it as easy as possible. And we're living in the, 2000, no, we're not. We're living in 2026. Everybody's got a dishwasher. People want it, they expect it, and, provide it or provide plumbing for it.
Yes. Of course, location, that's a strong one, but hopefully they've already looked at that before they start. But sometimes they do think, well, it's largely in the area. They don't know it. Like you say, they come down from up country and they're like, oh, this isn't quite where I thought it would be. Because a postcode, especially where we are in this rural, can cover quite a large geographical region. So
yes, this has always actually surprised me because yesterday only, our darling Emma did a viewing and the potential tenants didn't quite realise where it was located. It's quite a rural property and they had children under 10 that were potentially going to have to walk on their own about 5 miles to school. So it wasn't really going to work out. So people don't always actually get the location right before they do the viewing. And I would advise that because obviously it's wasting their time completely.
And lastly, parking. Of course, all love to have their cars when they can see them, where they can trust that they won't be damaged, etc., or just anywhere they can get them near the property. And we do, because we're rural, it's sometimes a bit easier, I guess, sometimes, but obviously we also have built up residential areas. Newport in Barnstaple is a particularly difficult one. So if people can't get to park near their property, they will just turn it down.
Well, absolutely. And the thing is, Miles, now with young people not being able to leave home because the price of property, both for buying and renting, is quite high, you've got more generations of people living in the houses. So you've got more cars. So what would have been years ago, one family, one car, is now potentially one family and 3 cars.
Yeah.
So it's a big problem.
It sure is. I just think we've got that at the top of my street. 'Cause I'm in like a cul-de-sac at the top. There's this one family. They always moan to me about the parking. It's like, you're the one with 4 cars. They're not me. I'm fine. It's bizarre. I know exactly what you mean. Okay, so in summary then, present your property to as top spec as you possibly can.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, don't spend thousands, obviously. But
no, you don't have to have sort of golden taps and absolutely top of the range everything, but it's got to be a standard that potential tenants are going to find attractive. You want the best tenants you can, so present your property in the best way possible.
Fantastic advice. Thank you very much. And if you want any more advice like that, please contact us, property@therightproperty.co.uk. Well, they can give us a ring, can't they?
Yeah.
What number can they ring us on, Claire?
01271 374 062.
Thank you. Do you want to say your thing?
I want to say my thing.
Say your thing.
Now, if you're with the right property already, we've got you covered. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Number one with a very soggy bullet. Yes.